Hey, how you doing there again, folks? Me again, of course, Brandon Wenzel. Come back at you, another offering, off my sampler platter. Yes, indeed, folks, sampler review series videos I've been doing for a little while now. Go over there, try out food and drink items. I eat stuff, I drink stuff, then, folks, I'm going to talk about stuff. I'm going to let you know all that you need to know about hopefully delicious stuff. That time I'm doing this, folks, I'm not going to lie, I've been kind of saving this one. I wanted to wait until I had we'll get into it. We'll get to that. Folks, it's super simple format. I'm going to go over there and try out food and or drink items for you. Whilst I'm doing so, I'm yammering on about it for a bit. Whilst I'm doing all that, I'm inside my truck, and whilst I'm doing all that, I'm wearing grody work clothes. Typically, when I'm inside the truck and I'm wearing grody work clothes, that means I was on my way home from work and I found some shit to review for you. That's not the case. I actually found these maybe about a week ago, something like that. And like I said, I'd been saving these because I was like, I want to wait until I'm in a situation where I'm maybe feeling a little bit, groggy from work, that kind of thing. I want something as a little bit of a treat for myself, right? And these feel like a very appropriate treat for me because I'm Brandon Wenzel, and they happen to be, boom, root beer float Mike and Ike's. Now, folks, if you watch my channel, you probably know I have a great deal of fondness for root beer. So much so, I in fact have an entire playlist called Root Beer Reviews, which is just a playlist of root beer related reviews. This is going to end up on there. I love root beer. I'm not against Mike and Ike. I don't eat them very often, but like every now and again, like every few years, 10 years, something like that. But they came up with a root beer float flavor. This needs to be good. So let's get a thing for the thing. It looks like that, and we'll go ha 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 ha. And it's got a little thing. Root beer float flavored candy chews are back, but only for a limited time. These delicious, sweet, and creamy root beer float flavored candies are just as refreshing as that is a bold claim, Mike and Ike. Let's try them out. I feel like Mike and or Ike might be overhyping this a little. Now, are they all the same deal? Yeah, I think they're all the same deal. Part of the reasons I don't eat Ike and Ike that much, because they're very chewy. I've had a lot of dental work done. It's honestly really good, though. There's sort of a little bit of a licoricey, sort of like aniseedy sort of edge to it. Like, it's not like a heavy licorice taste or anything, but there's a little something there. And I really like that, actually, because two reasons. One, I like licorice and aniseed. I think that's a good flavor. I know a lot of people don't. The other thing is, it gives it a little bit of an edge. So it's not just like sweet, It gives a little bit of a contrasting flavor, and it makes it feel more like a root beer, because a lot of root beers, some root beers, will go over there and use, like, again, sort of an aniseedy, licoricey kind of thing to give a little edge to their product. And I like that. That's really tasty. Good on you, Mike and Ike. Why are these limited edition, by the way? Is it because we don't deserve them all year round? It's definitely because we don't deserve them all year round. But yeah. You bite into it, and immediately get a little bit of that aniseedy bite. But then it also has this nice, just like sweet, kind of root beer vibe to it. That's really cool. These work really well. They remind me a little bit, and I've even reviewed them, like those old-timey root beer candies you can get, where they're like just little hard candies, usually like in the shape of like a root beer barrel. I reviewed some like Dad's versions of them a while ago, like maybe 2 years, 3 years ago, something like that. But yeah, so it kind of reminds me a little bit of that, where it's got that, you know, it's emulating that flavor, but it actually does a surprisingly good job. Like, yeah, I like these. These are super tasty. My only gripe with them is just that they're so chewy, and it's like, I am more than mildly terrified that it's like, you know, filling or some shit's gonna end up popping out. I should be good on this side. The other side's got it now. And believe it or not, I have had more than one, two specifically, 2 reviews get screwed up. Because one of my teeth right here, it's a cap, right? And I was going over there and chewing something particularly chewy, and went over there and popped the cap right out. And I was like, I don't think anybody wants to see my gnarly little sub-tooth underneath the cap, so I had to stop things and then go over there and put the thing back in place. But yeah, I like these a bunch. These are really good. I'm very, very down with them. I like the fact that they have a little bit of contrast. They actually gave it a little bit of an edge with, again, that sort of like aniseedy vibe. Yeah. I'm down with these. But 2 questions have to be asked. Would I get them again? Would I recommend them? Yes and yes. Yeah, I mean, fully. I'm 100% into these. These are one of those products where it's like, these are so good, these would make me get Mike and Ike's again. Because again, like, you know, I'm not against them. It's just not like a thing that I usually go for. But if these were available on a more regular basis, like, I would 100% grab these on the regular-ish. I think they do a surprisingly good job of emulating the flavor. I like that they took the time to make them, you know, not just sweet, but to give them a little, you know, again, contrast, a little bit of complexity to the flavor. Not a lot, but, you know, something. And, yeah, man, I'm just super down with these. I'm like, and I feel like these were, I think I was right to save these, you know, because, again, it's like I'm basically at the end of my work week. I've still got a bunch of stuff I got to do around the house and everything. Just give myself a little, you know, moment, right? Everybody needs that. If I'm recommending them, I think absolutely. I think if you enjoy root beer, these would be for you. The only thing I could see maybe being a little bit off-putting is, again, this sort of licorice-y aspect to it. But it's, at least for me, it's not overwhelming. But I already like licorice and stuff like that. So, you know, for me, it's not a problem to begin with. It might throw some people off. But I think that with the rest of the sweetness and the root beer flavor and stuff, I think that people could get along with it. I'm surprised that, like, A&W hasn't come out with, like, their own candy. Or, I mean, I know, like, they have done some things like suckers and stuff, so. But, yeah. These are cool. I like them. I wish they were around more often. Anyway, 5 things before I get out of here. Have yourself a great rest of your day, spectacular rest of your week, monumental rest of your month, stupendous rest of your year. Folks, go over there and have yourselves a truly root beer-tastic rest of your life. Because, folks, when it's root beer, it's always root beer-tastic. Final 2 things. Number 1, try to bring some positivity into the world. It's not always possible. It is, however, always appreciated. But what you do if you can't do it all the time, I know I can't do it all the time. Here's what you're going to do, folks. You're going to try not to be an asshole. Now, folks, it's not always the easiest thing in the world to not be an asshole. Trust me. I know it. I live it. I'm out there every day with you in it. Life can be stressful and frustrating and, yeah, just bullshit sometimes, folks. When we find ourselves in situations where we have to deal with said bullshit, it's important we go over there whenever possible. Take a step back. Try to mitigate the level of assholishness in our lives. Hopefully, do better for ourselves and for those around us. Very final thing, folks, do the thing. Whatever the thing is for you, that's what I want you to go out and do. Folks, what other root beer-related treats are out there that I should try? Because, I mean, as much as I love root beer, my go-to, source of root beer flavor is root beer. And, with the exception like those little hard candy barrels, it's about the only other thing I could think of with, this exception, like maybe, again, like some suckers or something like that. But if there's anything else out there, let me know, hit me up. I'd be interested to go over there and give them a shot and see how they work. But anyway,